This is the TinyBuild Connect. This is a publisher, an indie publisher, so expect some smaller indie experiences kind of thing, like, for example, a game where you shoot dinosaurs. You know, just as an example. They've made a lot of pretty popular games. They publish a lot of popular games. One that comes to mind for me is Hello Neighbor. But they just jumped right into it. They didn't even have an intro or nothing. I clicked on the button and they showed a game. Yeah, not as good as that one game where you're fighting dinosaurs as a dinosaur with a giant sword as a dinosaur. Presents new reveals, new demos, new trials. Oh, just one after the other with this one, okay. Yeah, Dino Blade, that one. What's that one movie with the people, and one of them is getting jiggy with it, Will Smith, and they're in the West, and they're riding is it Wild Wild West? Because I remember that there was the song that Getting Jiggy with it, Will Smith said, where he was like, Wild Wild West, you know that song? Like, is it Wild Wild West? This reminds me of Wild Wild West in the way that there's big bipedal, or I guess quadrupedal robots inside of a western sand area. In the way that it's everything that Wild Wild West is except for the west part, and maybe the wild part, and maybe the secondary wild part. In the way that it is all the things except those things, this trailer reminds me a lot of that movie. And you know what? I'm really getting jiggy with it. New game reveal. Train Fort. I hate sand joke here. Hate sand. Rough and coursing gets everywhere. Hi, Eggs.
I keep the plan running, more or less. That guy builds siege weapons out of scrap. Our engineer, the big lad, strong, silent, solid. That's the muscle. And the sneaky one.
What are you even saying? I was saying, wicka wicka wild wild west. That's what I was saying, alright?
Just let him work. Morning hits.
Let him work.
Time to build. No buttons here, just hands. One for lifting, one for smashing. Wood turns to planks, or to steel.
Is this like all VR? I'm assuming this is all VR. The way that they're moving makes it me think VR.
By sundown,
if you will.
Everything's humming. Walls set, traps armed. We're ready because night's never nice.
Does anyone remember when... This is on topic, I swear.
Second one.
Does anyone remember when Will Smith shamed other rappers for using cuss words in their rap?
One click, everything folds.
He was like, see, I can do it without swearing. Does anyone remember that? Crazy time. Crazy time. Crazy time.
No base, no trail.
Crazy time. You mean Wild Wild West? I mean, getting jiggy with it, Will Smith, as featured in the movie Wild Wild West. Wicka wicka.
And we've got rails to ride.
Good times. Good times. Anyways, build a train in VR, maybe. Fight zombies in VR, maybe. New game reveal. I imagine... I'm thinking about the publisher, TinyBuild, seeing that I reacted to this showcase, and then watching like 2 minutes in and being like, wow, he's still talking about Will Smith's getting jiggy with the Wild Wild West, huh? Man, he's still talking about it. We're 5 minutes into this reaction, and he's still talking about Wild Wild West starring Will Smith. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, that pot's French. All will fall. Physics-based survival city builder. This song makes me want to shop at Home Depot. All will fall. Open beta June 9th. Go sign up for that, folks. Well, it's open beta, so you probably don't have to sign. Whatever. Demo available now. Is the king watching? This looks like, there's a YouTuber who does this art style. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about? Is this by them? They made art for like Marble Rivals and Helldivers and stuff. It kind of looks like that, right? I think it is. I mean, I don't think that, I doubt this is what the game looks like. You know what I mean? But like, it looks like they made this section. The king is watching.
We had the pleasure of teaming up with the creators of The King is Watching for this video. It's a roguelite city builder with a really unique twist. You control everything with your eyes. Your units only work where you're looking, so you constantly have to adapt to the next threat, and honestly, it's really addictive. Each run lets you upgrade your king, so you can get stronger and more efficient over time. Unexpected events will keep shaking things up too, like making sure every session feels fresh and different. There's a free demo right now, actually, you can try, so go check it out. Super fun.
So, TinyBuild published a game called The King is Watching, and then got into contact with those animators to make that animation about The King is Watching. And then, instead of using that animation and then tying it to a trailer afterward, or really having any interlacing between the two at all, they instead showed the entirety of their video and then just used the outro of their video in the showcase about the king is watching. So rather than using their animation and their gameplay, they used their entire video, including the gameplay, for the showcase. I don't think that you needed to use the outro of their video for the trailer that I'm not watching on their video. That seems very lazy to me. Very late. They better get paid extra for having their video commissioned, but then kind of stolen? Also misleading. But they better have gotten paid not only for having them make that animation, but also kind of having their video stolen in a way? Kinda? I hope they got permission or something, but like, either way, whether or not they got reimbursed or whether or not they got permission or whatever, still lazy? But, hey, animation good, trailer Okay, need to see more.
Capital who suddenly found himself way too far from home.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Will Smith's Wild Wild West. Therefore, I am not sold on that game, and I don't think I'll be playing
That
it.
much is certain. The island's thick forests hold many secrets. The Prime Strider's ruins await those who dare to hear the echoes of the past. And treasure might be buried just under your feet. Just don't get lost. And if you do, keep walking until you see a clearing, or a field of crops, or a creek where the villagers argue if they should go looking for someone who hasn't returned from the moors.
Is this Gothic?
A part of the island is covered in frost at any time of the year, and even the ancient volcano can't break the shackles of winter. Some Grey Shaftians treat the island as a living being. They warn against waking it up when it falls asleep. Those who work from dawn to dusk rush to the safety of their homes before the creatures of the dark come out.
Not a bug!
Plenty of dangers await within the city walls, too. Dangers that are hard to avoid even in broad daylight. The weather here is as capricious as life itself. A soothing breeze may grow into a squall, drowning the island in lashing rain. Even now, I can feel the storm.
Somebody
coming.
walked up to me and they were like, "Give me your lunch money."
You must never lower
I'd be
your
like, "Why
guard
the
on
fuck are
Grey
you
Shaft.
emoting in front of me?"
Beasts are bloodthirsty, the monsters are ruthless, and scavengers are fighting for every
beat me
piece
up.
of meat or bone. And have you seen the local bugs? Cursed abominations. Even the well-trodden roads are swarming with bandits willing to kill for a handful of coins. Grey Shaftians are quick to judge, and their judgment is stiff. Think before saying anything, and think
Is he
twice
screaming in pain or
before doing
orgasming?
anything. I will have to be careful. Even the slightest mishap may lead to grave consequences.
It looks like
I hope that
Gothic
there
to
still
me,
are
the
some
Gothic
decent people
remake
here.
or whatever.
The whole island can't
Maybe
be
I don't
populated
know.
with bandits only, can it? I could join the Order of the Seven.
It does kind of look like a
The knights
medieval
seem
dynasty.
noble and skilled in battle. I also
see
heard
that.
rumors about the Free Hunters, a group of brave men who bow before no one and believe in justice for all. And it's just a couple of many different factions vying for power in here. You never know who you'll meet next. This new world is tempting, and this temptation is hard to resist. Greyshaft may not look too inviting, but it warms
this
up
seat
to
taken?
those with a brave heart and a curious mind.
I wasn't asking
Everyone
that.
finds
That's
their
the name
share
of the game.
discoveries here, and only the one knows what
Showcase
his island has
presenter.
in store.
Is this seat taken? Of Ash and Steel. I'm interested. That looked cool. I yapped a lot. I'm sorry. But that looked cool. I'm interested. I want to see more. I would like to see more. Excuse me while I continue to bite my lip out of anxiety. Spider hack. Whoa. I am future. Oh, look, it's potion craft. The game we were talking about earlier.
A vacation of your dreams is only a click away, so book a stay at our resort now. Stroll through lush parks, or unwind on our clean, sunny beaches. Go on a shopping spree in the city center and get to know our friendly locals. Or reconnect with nature and... what the f*** is going on here? Oh, come on. We did what, like 12 takes today? Can't you keep this game in check for 60 seconds? And what in God's name is this? We do one more take after this and then I'm done. This is unbelievable. And we
Yeah, I
still
don't know what
have
that game
a
was.
release date.
Yeah, I agree.
Streets of Rogue 2 is coming to Steam Early Access in 2025.
Like, it was all in-engine. I assume it's like a...
6. Go add Streets of Rogue 2 to your wish list and play the demo right now.
I assumed that it's like a... action RPG kind of thing, but I honestly don't know. They very much... They showed a lot without showing anything.
Take a look.
Boing. Mighty Vine. Whoa.
Voin is a first-person hack-and-slash with RPG elements set in open-world-like levels. The game is about you being an unstoppable force of nature that wields metal as its weapon. The world is broken, and you are its reckoning. You kill monsters, you get loot, which is the game's bread and butter.
That dude's facial hair is so fucking thick, I'm so jealous.
Only on impactful stuff that actually changes the way you play. For example, you might find a hammer called Bellringer, which summons ghostly bells that, when hit, damage everyone around. Or another example, which I also like a lot, a really powerful scythe that literally tears reality as you swing, leaving scars that emanate freezing aura. Or should I say, a cool aura. No, I shouldn't say that. But guess what? You can also combine those two items into one. Find the symbiosis station at the hub, read the instructions carefully, please, and boom, you have dual wakizashis that poison everyone and summon fire tornadoes. That's a thing. But enough of that. Let's get to the next exciting thing. In the last major update, Thunderborn, I added a huge dungeon underneath the Cathedral of Veiled Lament. Now though, I'm working on the game's next major update called Permafrost. It features a new, absolutely massive new location, the Athenium of Thousand Names. Snow-covered mountains, ice giants, perpetual blizzards. This place does not offer a warm welcome. Not at all. One of the other
Get it
major
'cause it's
features of
cold?
this update is proper character progression. Finally, journeying to the Hall of Reflection and find the new Tree of Talents. Yes, your talent tree is an actual tree. And not only that, while exploring, you'll be finding soul fruits, which you can attach to the tree and gain various bonuses. For example, the ability to sprint. And you can already play the talent tree update right now. Anyway, the game is shaping up great, and there are a lot more super exciting things coming. For example, a completely new character, completely new weapon
I'm interested.
types,
I'm
spears,
curious to
daggers,
taste
and
it.
more, and even quests. Alright, guys,
Quest.
that's it from me. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
I'm curious to taste it. Voin. Wishlist Voin. I forgot they published speedrunners. 64-player tournament? That's insane. I can't wait to buy this game, play it maybe one time, and then never touch it ever again because nobody else bought it. So I only have one very specific group of friends that own the game. And then never touch it ever again. It'd be awesome for community night. I love speedrunners. The OG. Apparently, Voin was made entirely by that one guy. Interesting. He seemed very charismatic. I feel as though maybe he is a content creator surrounding his game development. No one wanted to play speedrunners with me. I fucking loved the OG speedrunners. I got weirdly, extremely good at the OG speedrunners. And then all of a sudden I was reminded that Acid is just good at every single video game that he plays. He picks up literally any party game, and immediately he's better than everyone else, and within an hour he's better than everyone else by like an umpteenth degree. Has like natural skill, so he just fucking kicked my ass in speedrunners. Drew, I'm talking about speedrunners! There's no dialogue happening right now. I don't need to be. I'm allowed to yap over duck side. Anyways, that game looks good.
Welcome to Drill Core, a base-building roguelike strategy game with survival elements, where your success fuels our quarterly bonuses. By day, command miners, carriers, and guards, tunneling through an alien planet. Build up your base, upgrade your defenses, then brace for nightfall. When the planet pushes back, it's not just resource extraction, it's responsible terraforming. Reach the core, tune the climate to client specs, and lift off before you're overrun. Drillcore has grown fast over last year. We added dwarf platforms in December, opened claims in living jungle biomes in February, and launched oversight departments just last month. That's not mentioning dozens of new buildings and turrets we developed to counter threats from newly encountered blocks and aliens. But the game will become even bigger when it hits full release on July. You can expect a new platform exploring cooperation opportunities with alien species. Lots of quality of life improvements and deeper turret customization to suit any corporate playstyle. And later this year, take the dig on the go when Drillcore comes to Nintendo Switch.
One.
Join Drillcore Inc. today and start your own. Drillcore
Have you-
Inc. Building tomorrow's galaxy one core at a time.
Have any of you ever played the game where that video, by the way, is about digging a hole? Have any of you ever played the game where you play as basically a giant drill truck that drills down?
Of Hello Neighbor 3 with you. It was truly inspiring for us to hear all your
And like you have to
positive
collect
feedback.
all the
Thank you.
metal?
Today marks our next big step.
Not Dome Keeper. Not a game about digging a hole.
Keep me company as I walk you through what we created since then. Here's Prototype 2. In our pursuit of an unhomely experience, we've created completely new map. This time, world is much closer to what it's meant to be, and filled with intricate details for you to explore. Speaking of exploration, now each house is an actual playable area with a purpose. They contain things you might need on your journey. Keep in mind that these locations have owners and protection, which means you'll have to find your own way in. We're building a system-based world, so be sneaky, agile, brutal, or friendly. Every solution is the right one, as long as it works. To make this possible, we've added more tools and tricks you can use on your journey. Hide in a box, get a speed boost, break, fix, and more. We'll let you discover the rest yourself. In addition to your personal goals and ideas, this prototype has one key objective: leave the town before the storm arrives. Explore objects, characters, and the world as a whole to figure everything out. We hope you'll find your ways to escape. And most importantly, will you escape alone? Prototype 2 is now
That was
available
Hello
for everyone
Neighbor?
to play. Head over to
Hello
Steam,
Neighbor
try
looks
it out,
hella
and
different
share
than
your
I
feedback.
remember.
We'd really
From
appreciate
the
it.
OG to now? That looks hella
We hope
different.
you like what we've created with this prototype, as we're already working on the next one, improving the map, deepening the AI behavior, and creating this butterfly effect. We'll show our progress in the upcoming devlog, so join Discord to be the first to see. Feel free to wishlist Hello Neighbor 3 on Steam, and take care.
Yeah, that looked like an incredibly different art style than Hello Neighbor 1. I don't remember Hello Neighbor 2. I didn't watch or play it. I remember this game. Change history. Together. Build, lead, conquer. I like it that you can tell this game was made based on like one single sentence, where like the devs were like, What if medieval times but AK-47? What if medieval times but like modern gun? And then they were just like, yeah, that's really funny. And then they just made an entire game surrounding that idea.
Let's take a look back at everything we presented tonight. Ferocious. Navigate lush, treacherous landscapes, scavenge for resources, uncover hidden secrets, and fight to stay alive in this survival FPS set on a remote island full of dinosaurs and mercenaries. Experience the game yourself by playtesting it today. Sand. The PvPvE extraction shooter where players build and operate giant walkers, battle rival players, explore, loot, and extract resources in a hostile desert world is coming to consoles later this year.
High-key, that seems like a game I would enjoy.
Dwarf nomads building a mobile base on moving steam engines in this co-op open-world survival crafting game.
Loki?
Explore a vast post-apocalyptic world, gather resources, and keep rolling.
Odin
Join the
Sunn?
playtest today with your friends. Hosey. Hosey is a cozy renovation and cleaning game where you transform chaos into the perfect home at your own pace. Place objects freely and enjoy the little details as you interact with tools, items, and furniture to bring each space back to life. Playtest the game today.
Mid-key?
All Will Fall is a survival city builder with a unique physics-based 3D construction mechanic. Every structure you build can collapse. Create and manage the last city on Earth, making sure your colony thrives. Play the Steam Open Beta on June 9th.
Monkey?
The King is watching.
Ugu
Our
Aga
roguelike city
Ugu?
builder where you rule by the power of your gaze just got a new animated trailer. The game is launching this summer and the demo is already available on Steam. Of Ash and Steel. Explore a once prosperous island, hone your combat skills, and survive in the unforgiving Kingdom of the Seven in Of Ash and Steel, an immersive third-person open-world RPG which is launching a closed playtest soon. Sign
God,
up
he
today.
said that because the showcase didn't show that.
Streets of Rogue 2 is a sandbox RPG and a sequel to the iconic roguelike from 2019. Topple a corrupt president in countless ways, solo or with friends, and wreak havoc in a huge procedural.
Corrupt president?
Coming to Steam Early Access this year. Voin, the high-octane first-person hack-and-slash from solo developer Nikita Sozidar will soon receive a major content update titled Permafrost. The game is out now in early access, and you can already test the newest edition, the Reflected Tree of Talents. Speedrunners 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to the genre-defining competitive platformer where you have to outrun your friends in fierce 2D running races. Sign up for the upcoming Steam playtest now. Duckside. The Steam Early Access success Duckside is coming to consoles. The persistent world survival game will be bringing PvP, PvE, crafting, base building, and hat-wearing ducks to PC and consoles this August. Drillcore. Corporate greed meets strategic planet mining in Drillcore. Drill to the heart of planets while managing workers, researching cutting-edge tech, and fortifying against alien attacks. Leaving Steam Early Access on July 21st and arriving on Nintendo Switch later this year. Hello Neighbor 3. Hello Neighbor 3 is a cozy yet eerie adventure, where every path is the right one and every action leads to discovery. Explore and influence Ravenbrooks, a half-abandoned town simulated in real time in the new Prototype 2. Request access to the playable Hello Neighbor 3 Prototype 2 on the game's Steam page today. Kingmakers. This viral hybrid of third-person shooter and real-time strategy has gotten a release date and the first look at its multiplayer mode. Go back in time and change medieval history with guns when Kingmakers launches into Steam Early Access on October 8th this year.
And that was the TinyBuild Connect. For me, in that showcase, I really enjoyed Sand, Of Ash and Steel, Voin, Speedrunners 2, and Duckside. Those are the ones that caught my eye. Hopefully some caught yours, and you add them to your wish list so that you can play them or something. Wickle, 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 wild, wild west.